So for this example here, what do you notice? It has a what?
Parentheses.
Good. How do we get rid of parentheses?
Subtract. Oh, you divide. You add.
Distribute. The rainbow thing. Okay, so who's our pizza? 3. And we need to share pizza with whoever's in the house. Who's in your house?
3.
The 4x and the 3x. So what? I'm sorry, 3. -3. What is 3 times 4?
3 times 4?
12.
12.
So we have 12x. 3 times -3. -9. And do I need to share that pizza, that 3 to the 4x and the -5?
No.
Good. So I'm just going to copy that down. Okay. Now, I need to move all my variables, all the x's, to the left side. Subtract what? Perfect. So when I subtract 4x from 4x, it goes away. Who do I subtract it from on the left? The 12x? So again, I'm subtracting it, right? So I get 8x minus 9, because I didn't mess with it, equals what? Perfect, -5. Okay. I need to get rid of what kind of 9, though? That's a negative or -9, right? So I need to do the opposite, the inverse. Gonna add. So adding 9 to both sides. It goes away on the left. Here you go. What are you left with now? Okay. One step and we're done. Divide by 8. X equals 0.5, or if you wanted to write it as a fraction, 1/2 or 0.5, right? All right, so here's our second example. I'm going to draw my line down. And what do you notice?
There's 2 parentheses.
There are 2 parentheses. So what's going on the left? How do I get rid of it? The rainbow? Do the rainbow. Okay, so we're going to distribute. What are we going to distribute? 3 to the x.
And 3 to the positive 4, which would be 3x and positive 12.
Good job. Don't forget your equal sign. All right, what's going on the right-hand side?
We distribute 4 into x and
Ooh, I know what you mean, but you said it wrong.
-4.
It's a -4.
Sorry.
So when we distribute, what do we get?
-4x and -8.
I agree with the 8, not with the negative.
Oh, positive.
There you go. The 2 negatives give you that positive, right? All right. What is our next step? Move the 4x to the left. How do I do that? Add 4x. And when I do it to the left side? Okay. Again, we're lining everything up. Our like terms, we got to line up. And what do you get?
7x
Good. That's a 7. I know it looks a little weird. It's a 7.
Looks like an F.
All right. 2 steps and we're done. What's the first step? The 12? How do I get rid of the 12? Okay. And that's going to leave you with negative what? 7. With what?
-4.
-4? Okay. Sorry, I was like, what? All right. One more step. Good job. Now, we end up with a fraction. Is that okay? Yes.
Yeah.
Fractions are your friends.
Oh.
There's one thing you learned this year. They may be your only friends by the end of the year, but they're your friends.
Gabriel.
Okay, so for this example on the left-hand side, what do you notice? Parentheses. So we need to get rid of the 3, or distribute the 3. 3 is now going to go to x, and 3 is now going to go to 2, which will leave us with what? 3x plus 6. And that is equal to?
Oh, yo, that's literally equal to. Oh,
Yeah, no, perfect. Okay, so when you get to this point, and they are exactly the same, you stop. We like these problems, because you're done. This is always going to be a true statement. So let me explain why. If I was to keep going like how we have been, I would subtract 3x, right? And this would cancel out. This would cancel out, and you would have 6 is equal to 6. Is that true?
Yeah.
If you get a true statement, then automatically we say infinite solutions, meaning no matter what number you pick, it will always be a true statement. X would be, as you say x is 1, you'll get the same number on both sides. You say x is -1,000, you get the same number on both sides. It will always work out.
Wait, I will really.
All right, so distribute again, right? 3 goes to x, 3 goes to 2. So I have what?
3x plus 6.
Good. And that is equal to,
3x plus 4.
ooh, almost the same, but not. So I'm going to continue doing what I have been. Subtract 3x on both sides. And what's going to happen?
6 equals 4.
6 is equal to 4. Is that a true statement? Is 6 the same thing as 4? No, that is false. Anytime you get a false statement, it is no solution, meaning there is no x value that we can plug in that will give us the same number on both sides. So we have infinite solutions and we have no solutions. How can you tell when it's one or the other?
If it's infinite, it's the same, but when it's infinite, it's true, but when it's no solution, it's false.
Exactly. True statements give us infinitely many, and false is no solutions.